Hey everyone, this is Jeff from Vancouver BC. I've got a Model Y here, and what we're going to be doing today is installing the LED light rope that goes around. It goes all the way around the trunk area, because I know a lot of you have been asking about a DIY video, so I've finally got a chance to get a Model Y in. So yeah, so let's get into it. Okay, so I've removed some panels on the bottom here, as you can see, because I'm also installing a NVX subwoofer kit for the customer. So it requires removing these panels on the bottom. But for the LED light rope, you don't actually have to remove these panels. So just omit that. So what we're going to do is we're going to first remove the plastic trim here. So there's two pieces. There's one here, and then the second one is this piece right here. So they're really easy. What you do is you just take your pry tool. So I have something like this pry tool, and then just work your pry tool along the edges, and then just pull this one off. So this one doesn't have any, it's all just push pins. So you just pull it off, and then once you get that one off, then you work on this guy right here. All right, so you can see here on the left side, I've already loosened the one side. So once you've loosened it, then you can just work your way by pulling it. There. And it just comes off like that. So you can see it's just held on with these white plastic push pins. So for this trim panel here, before we start pulling it apart, we have to first remove these black plastic push pins as well too here. So there's one on each side. This is the left side, and this is the right side. So it's really easy. So you can use the same I use the same pry tool. Just stick it in between. Like that. And it just comes out. Just like that. And then do the same thing for the other side. Okay, so now I've already pulled down the second panel, so you can see it's loose. You just pull it down, and then here, you gotta make sure you pull this plastic piece off so that it can, so you can remove this panel. Okay, so I've managed to remove the second trunk panel here. So before I can completely remove it, there is one wire harness that you have to unplug. So it's really easy. The plug is this right there. So all you need to do is just push the pin down, and then it will release it. Right there. So just push the pin down here, and then it'll release it. Okay, so next what we're gonna do is, so I've got my LED light rope here, and I've got the extended wiring so that we can run it up to the trunk lid. So how it's gonna work is, the wiring is gonna tuck in behind this trim panel here. So it's going to go all the way up, and then it's going to go in behind, and then we're going to need to fish the wire through this rubber hose. So it's going to go through here, and it's going to come out here. And then once we get it up here, then we're going to run it all the way up here, and we're just going to zip tie it with the existing car's wiring harness, and it's going to go up here, and we're going to stop right here. So once we stop here, I'm going to show you how to tap into the existing trunk light to get power to power the LED light strip. So I just want to show you guys how the headliner comes down. So you can see it's the same thing. It's got those white push pins. So you just get a hold of it here, and then just pull it down, and then you'll have enough room to start fishing the wire through the hole here and up to the rubber grommet. All right, so you can see I've got my fishing wire here. So I've already fished it through the top, and I went down and then to the back and then down underneath the headliner. So now I can attach the one end of the wire on this side, and then I can start pulling on this side to get it through the rubber grommet. Okay, so this is what it should look like after you've fished the wire up to the trunk lid area. So the wire goes up. There's a hole there for the wire to go up, and then thread it through here. So you can see it comes out here, and then you need to fish the wire through this rubber grommet, and then up, and then make sure, importantly, to fish the wire up here as well too. So in the hole, and it's going to come out this side. So make sure that you get the wire up there, and then not just stop here. Well, if you stop here, then you're going to have a difficult, well, not difficult, but it's going to be awkward having the trying to put this back in, because the wire is going to be pinched in between the grommet and the hole here, and then the wire is going to run up like this, so it's going to be exposed. So you want it like this, so it's behind the trunk lid panel here. So once you've got the wire, and what I'll do next is I'm just going to zip tie it to the existing wiring and harness here and go all the way up, and then I'll show you how to tap into the existing trunk light to get power. Alright, so I just did some quick cable management here using some zip ties. So I just zip tied the wiring with the existing trunk harness. So just going all the way up here. And so on the end here, this is a double T tap connector. So as you can see, the black one is the negative and the red one is positive. So they just insert into the bottom here. It's got these little two tunnels, and you just insert them, and then you just crimp down on it. So once it's crimped down, it's secured. It won't fall out or won't get loose. And then on this side is where we're going to tap into the existing trunk deck lid light here. So this is the underside of the trunk lid here, trunk lid panel. And this is the light, the existing light. So the light, this is the connector for it. So again, the black one is negative and the yellow one is positive. So what we're going to do is we're just going to line it up with this side here. So it's got these two tunnels on the other side. So the black one is the negative, so it's going to correspond with the top tunnel, and then the positive red wire is going to be the bottom. So if you're not sure, it also shows you the little diagram on the connector itself. If I can get it focused, so right here. So we're just going to crimp that to to these two wires right here in order to get power for the LED light rope. Okay, so this is what it looks like once you've set up the wiring. So you can see here, both are securely crimped down. So make sure that the positive wire for the light corresponds with the positive wire for the light rope, and then the negative wire, same thing. The negative corresponds with the negative wire here. So there's a diagram on the actual connector itself here that shows you how you need to set this up. All right, so what I've done now is I've reinstalled the trunk panel here. So there was a plug there that we unplugged, so I plugged it back in, and the trunk light has turned back on. And in addition to that, we now have our LED light rope that it's now powered. So now we can start putting everything back together now. So starting with the cabling, we'll just tuck that in between. So we'll just tuck that in between the headliner, and then we'll just tuck it in between the panel here. and we'll go all the way down here. And once we get to about here, then we'll start installing the LED light strip. And so how that's going to work is we're just going to tuck it in between the rubber seal here. So make sure we install all the panels back in first before we start installing the LED light rope. So it's going to go here, and then it's going to go all around the trunk. All right, so this is what the front light, the trunk light will look like after installed. So you just tuck it all the way around the rubber seal. So when you close the trunk, it will also turn off as well.